Good afternoon, I'm Shehab. More than 28,000 people are now known to have died following the earthquakes in southern Turkey and northern Syria. More than 100 contractors have been arrested in Turkey over collapsed buildings as rescue efforts now enter their sixth day amid freezing conditions. While hope is slowly fading, as Jay Akbar reports, some survivors are still being found.
From the rubble, another miracle. A 10-year-old girl pulled from a collapsed building in the Turkish city of Antakya. This is the first time she'd seen daylight in 6 days. Sadly, stories like this are the exception. With every passing day, the focus in Turkey and northern Syria shifts from rescue to recovery.
Oğlum yurt dışındaydı.
In the first 3 days after the earthquake, we heard sounds coming from the rubble, but now we don't hear anything.
Almost a week after the earthquakes, the blame game begins. In Turkey, 113 arrest warrants have been issued to contractors, architects and engineers accused of constructing the buildings that came down. But some say it's an attempt by the government to deflect from its own failings ahead of elections in May. In neighbouring Syria, already paralysed by war, little hope of such an investigation. Little hope at all for people like Mustafa, who lost his entire family. Everyone died, he says. Life is meaningless now. I wish I had died with my children. In some parts of Turkey, the search has come to a complete halt after desperation turned to anger and violence. Unnamed groups have clashed with police, and as food and supplies run out, some have resorted to looting to stay alive.
We have to watch our houses, our vehicles. Looters target our homes. What we're experiencing is a nightmare.
This is the reality in Turkey and Syria now, as those left behind try to survive by any means necessary. Jay Akbar, ITV News.
Back home, a teenage girl has died at a park in Warrington. She was found with serious injuries yesterday afternoon but died at the scene. The police have asked people not to speculate online about what happened. Family and friends of Nicola Bully have put up yellow ribbons on the bridge close to where she went missing. One reads, "Nikki, I love you, come home." Lancashire police said they are keeping an open mind and continue to appeal for information. The future of the BBC chairman is in doubt after a scathing report found that he made significant errors of judgment because he failed to declare that he helped facilitate a loan for the then Prime Minister Boris Johnson. The report criticises Richard Sharp's failure to mention his involvement when applying for the job as chair. The Digital, Culture, Media and Sports Select Committee, which approved his appointment 2 years ago, told him to consider the impact his omissions will have on public trust of the BBC. The Royal College of Nursing is considering escalating its pay dispute in England by withdrawing nurses from A&E units, intensive care and cancer units. The union is also considering staging 48-hour walkouts rather than limiting them to single days. And Southampton have sacked manager Nathan Jones after just 3 months in charge of the Premier League club. It comes after Saints lost to a 10-man Wolves yesterday, the 9th defeat in the 14 games Jones oversaw. And that's all for now. Geraint Vincent will bring you the latest developments at 6. Goodbye.